Business Growth School for Service Providers podcast. I'm your host Ali Salman, and this podcast is brought to you by Rapid Boost Marketing, online marketing for service providers. Are you a dentist, realtor, lawyer, accountant? Do you provide services locally? Then this podcast is for you. Here we share strategies, tricks, and techniques on how to generate more leads and sales using online marketing. Join us every day for 5 minutes and take away strategies which you can apply in your business. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 173 of Business Growth School for Service Providers. I'm your host Ali Salman, and today we are talking about what is stopping you from scaling and growing for basically service-based businesses, right? Like, lawyers, accountants, dentists. What's technically stopping you, right, from growing and scaling your business? But before I jump into that, last episode 172 was all about how to make your content super addictive for your audience using EECU formula. Go and check that out at rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. So I was at a meeting with a big grocery chain. And while talking to them, I found out that they plan their marketing activities 1 year in advance. Yes, you heard that right, 1 year in advance. All the promotions, all the deals, specials were planned. And all the media buy, so they were planning, they were actually planning for that. So the idea was that they were basically planning for 1 year in advance. But when I look at service-based businesses, they don't practice that religiously. A lot of service-based businesses, the way they approach marketing is like overflow model. What does overflow model means? Plumber who is usually booked 3 days in advance, and all of a sudden they're not even booked 1 day in advance. A dentist who is usually booked 30 days in advance, and all of a sudden they're not even booked 2 weeks in advance. Realtor has usually 10 deals in pipeline, but now he just have 3 deals in pipeline. So all these examples, or another example is mortgage broker. You usually have 15 clients in paper processing. Right now she just have 2 files in processing. A lot of people react on their marketing in an overflow model. Till they have enough in the pipeline, they will not do anything. As soon as we call that shit hit the fence, they are in trouble. They know that they don't have consistent business coming in for, let's say, next week, next 2 weeks, next month, whatnot. Then they panic. And usually what happens that when you make a decision in panic, you tend not to make strategic decision. So basically you're just making a haphazard decision which is not well thought out, because now you're basically reacting, you're panicking, and you want to make sure that if you're a plumber, your three guys are busy, because you have to pay the bills, you have to make sure that you're booked out, right, every day. But if you're not, right, okay, your fixed expenses are there. So how can you avoid that? And this is one of the reasons that service-based businesses are unable to scale, because they don't really plan ahead. They don't plan that, okay, in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, this will be my sales, this is how I'm going to bring in sales, this is how I'm going to be fulfilling that thing, right? So how to solve it? What you have to follow is basically a production model. What does production model means? Production model means that you're producing and building your pipeline consistently regardless of your situation. Maybe you're booked 15 days in advance, maybe you're booked 3 months in advance, but you're still not stopping from basically going out there and building your pipeline. It's like example of a same plumber who's usually booked 3 days in advance. Now what he's doing, he's trying to book 3 weeks in advance. Similarly, a dentist who is usually booked 30 days in advance, the dentist is trying to look at how can they get booked in 60 and 90 days in advance. Similar example of a realtor, a real estate agent, who usually have 10 deals in a pipeline, and is trying that how can he have 20 or 25 deals in a pipeline. So whole idea here is like if you plan your marketing and you take strategic decisions, right? Okay, they have long term implications. So rather than thinking in days, in hours kind of way, that okay, how can I get the next deal, how can I fulfill my calendar, rather think in months and years time, and that will change your perspective when it comes to marketing. So don't react and don't practice overflow model when you just wait till, as I said, shit hits the fence and you're in trouble. Rather practice production model where you have a consistent generation of revenue and leads regardless of what's happening in the market, because you are prepared, you have planned for it, and you know what to do. So make sure you have a production model in place, and make sure you practice production model in your business rather than practicing overflow model, especially if you're a service provider. I'll catch you in the next episode. Have a good day, guys. Make sure you tell us about your feedback on your comments, right? And I love to hear those. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to listen to previous episodes, go to rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. Again, I'll repeat that, rapidboostmarketing.com/grow. I'll catch you tomorrow bright and early with another business growth lesson. Have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.